I see that we have another person here that's on our roster of folks to talk to.
Yes, we do. The co-founder, the other half of the founding team of Jazzanooga, Mr. James McKissic. Hey, James.
How are
So
y'all?
I guess we'll just start right off asking you about this recent article that I saw in the Pulse, in the January 2015 edition of the Pulse. Talk to our listeners a little bit about that article.
Well, a lot of people don't know, but Jazzanooga has a weekly youth music academy that meets on the weekends. We meet now at the Memorial Auditorium. We teach music instruction, theory. We have a lot of opportunities for students to be exposed to music. And one of the core things is that we have many opportunities for them to actually perform. And they have done a wonderful job this past year. They've performed with the Transatlantic Chilean Folk Music Group. They performed at the Aquarium Plaza, at Culture Fest. Just lots of opportunities for them to get exposure as musicians and performers. And we were asked by the Chattanooga Pulse to do an article or to have an article about that program. So on January 31st, or December 31st, excuse me, we had an article that came out that was called Getting Youth Hooked on Music, and it's a wonderful description of what happens on Saturdays and the network of people who have come together to really support this program. And the program would not be possible without our wonderful civic facilities like the Memorial Auditorium, without the parents that drive the kids to the different gigs, of course, without Shane and the wonderful network of instructors that he's put together. And then it's funded by the local Lyndhurst Foundation.
Yes.
Because you can't really do anything without money. So we definitely appreciate them for the money. But check out the article. It's in the Pulse, Getting Youth Hooked on Music. And there's some great photography and some really interesting stories about what the kids have been doing.
Talk to us a little bit about your love for jazz. Where did that love start from, and how has it developed?
I just remember growing up in a household where there was music a lot of the time. My mom had like old Bessie Smith 78 records, and we would play those. And my dad was a huge jazz fan, and I would sit on the bed with him and listen to, the Crusaders and Larry Carlton, and a lot of the jazz musicians that were really popular in the late 70s and early 80s. But that's where it came from. I mean, it was parental influence 100%.
So, who are you listening to right now? Who's on your playlist?
Well, I'm old school, and I'm also excited that we have an exhibit about Dave Brubeck coming as part of the Jazzanooga Festival 2015. So I cannot stop listening to Dave Brubeck and Carmen McRae's version of Take 5.
And I think that we actually have that. So, folks, we got for you Dave Brubeck along with Carmen McRae doing Take 5.
Enjoy.
Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.